Well, how'd you like the call? Was this a good one?
Yeah.
That was fantastic. I've written
Yeah.
down 2 pages of notes.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
This is future Wyatt, but you're going to be watching inside of my call where I showed my clients how I was able to go from charging $1K to $7.5 thousand and above with my fitness coaching offer, and now how I'm able to do it with every single coaching business I've ever made. So take some notes, lock in, and here it is.
All right, bro. Let's hop into it. So this whole call, I'm going to show you exactly how I stopped tracking broke leads and started signing 7.5K plus clients with my coaching business. Now, this is both right now with this offer and as well as when I was actually just doing fitness coaching. At the start, I was charging only 1K and got all the way up to charging 7.5K for my fitness coaching offer, which sounds crazy, bro. But if you know how to attract the right leads, then you can do that. At the start, I was just like a lot of you guys are doing right now, attracting broke leads consistently. Like when some people don't even have jobs, right? Because they're just young broke kids, getting too expensive objections or just unlisted as soon as I mentioned the price. We've all been there. Riley had it where he did like 2 or 3 calls in a row where he got ghosted right when it happened there. Oh, I gotta go ask my parents, and then they never came back. So when all this happens, bro, this happened to me. You're left feeling like charging 3K plus is genuinely just a lost cause until you get that first deal. And that's why so many people end up charging such low numbers, or they try to charge high ticket, and then as soon as like 3 people say no, they stop. But you have to realize that every single thing that happens in your business is under your control. If people cannot afford your thing, or if people do not see the value in it, at least that is 100% your fault. And I'm going to show you how I went from charging under 1,000, charging 7.5K plus, get less objections, and sign more clients with my coaching business, all within the span of a few months. Overall, you're going to be able to use this information and work with people that you want to work with, people who can actually afford 5 to 10K offers, are already problem aware, so you don't have to teach them why they should go to the gym, make them aware of it. They're already aware and they're looking for solutions. And these people are going to be easier to coach. Overall, using this, you're going to get all the ICP that you actually want. And to start this, just like everything, the offer is the center of it all. If you don't have your offer locked in, then none of it else matters. And the reason that none of it else matters is because your offer is who you help, what you help them do, and how you help them. And if you do not have this set in stone and this made around the person that you want to work with, other than the other way around, you can't have an offer and then try to shove people into it. You have to build your offer around who you want to help. And the one part of your offer that you want to focus on to make sure that you're getting high quality people that can afford your 5, 10K offers is changing the who. So how do you do that? Or what is this? The who you help is the actual person that you're going to be targeting with your content, and it's the whole person that your offer is built around. The reason that you want to focus on the who rather than just the what or the how is because the who is going to be the biggest driver in your whole business. And depending on who you're targeting, that will then literally change the entire thing, okay? If you go from targeting teens that have no money to charging people like older people that have so much money, that have more problems, that have more desires, right? That have a higher income level, you're going to be so much better off. And every single person is going to have different experiences, different problems, different desires, and different income level. If you are targeting anyone, you cannot relate with experiences whatsoever. You can literally just talk about your own, and then your content just sounds like me, and that's not what you want, right? When you solve generic problems, and these are like the basic surface level problems, like, yeah, they're going to get people to follow, but they are not going to get people to buy, okay? You can only assume desires, like that you want to get abs, or you want to get shredded, you want confidence, but really these are just things that you're assuming because this is stuff that everyone wants, right? They're not deep-rooted desires that people truly have. And you have no control whatsoever over the income level. And this right here, if you have a specific ICP, you're able to relate to them with experiences. You're able to talk about experiences that they are directly having. If you're talking about general fitness, what are you going to relate to them on? Oh, when you're eating a lot of food, like, bro, there's nothing you can relate to them on. If you're talking to a specific person, you're talking to a mom. You can say, like, when you're at the beach and you're at the beach with your husband and you see all these other girls that are wearing bikinis, but you feel ashamed of your body, so you're not. Thinking subconsciously that he's looking at these other people, even if he's not. Like, that's such experience that you can relate to them with, and they're going to be like, wow, this person gets me better than anyone else ever has. And this could be with anyone, right? If you're able to truly pick one person, hone in on them, hone in on someone with money, then you're able to relate to their experiences, okay? And you're able to solve specific problems. Not everyone has the same problems. If you're working with a skinny teen, their problem is that they don't even have money for the gym, right? They have to do at-home calisthenics. Bro, how are you going to charge a lot of money then, right? But if you're then working with people who are maybe older, like 30 plus, they have shoulder problems. That is huge. That is a huge problem. Back problems. That is a huge, huge problem. And you can show ideal desires rather than just guessing. I do not want you to guess. You should never have to guess on any part of the business. You should never have to guess on what to post. You should never have to guess on what problems to solve or guess on why someone isn't buying. You do have the insight. We're going to show you how to get that, and we're going to show you how to solve it. Lastly, you can control the income level. When you are targeting one specific person, you're going to be hitting them with your content. You're going to be resonating with them, nurturing them, and then that is who you're going to be working with. If you are targeting everyone, and I want this to be very clear, you cannot target everyone, okay? Your content has to be so clearly like nurturing one specific audience. Otherwise, you can't control the income level. Now, with this, your offer, your profile, and your content all need to be talking to the exact same person. All of mine talk directly to fitness coaches who are trying to scale. Nobody else. My content does not talk to a single other person. It does not talk to, it doesn't talk to anyone else, right? I'm not posting random content. Every single content has a specific purpose. I don't have a random bio. I don't have a single line in my bio that doesn't make sense. I don't have a single thing in my offer that doesn't make sense. I don't have a single post that doesn't make sense. All of it has to correspond together. But first, you need to choose a quality ideal client. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do so. You want to find someone who you can target these 4 things. Relatability. So you want to find someone with similar experiences. And it doesn't have to be similar for you. It could be similar for, it doesn't have to be similar in a way where you've dealt with the same thing they dealt with. But for example, if you're working with someone who's older, you need to have similar experiences in the way where you are close to people who are older. So you kind of get what it is, right? Like, you can work with people who are in their 40s. If your parents are in their 40s and you've seen what their back pain did to you, right? You've seen it. You can talk about that. How I saw my parents and how their back pain made it so it was hard for them to spend time with us as kids, right? They're going to sit there and they're going to think, wow, I didn't even realize that my kids are sitting there like this and I'm not doing anything about it. Like, what more convincing is there than talking directly to someone's experiences? Not convincing them why they need to get a better shape, but by showing them. That's the biggest thing. You need to show, not tell. Second, big issues. You want to solve issues that take a great amount of time and a great amount of effort for them to solve on their own. That's exactly what your whole goal is, okay? Find someone who you can relate with and then solve a huge, huge problem for them. If you're working with random skinny teens or doing only calisthenics or something along that sort, you're solving such minuscule problems, right? They want to get better at a certain skill. They want abs. You cannot charge a lot for that because you're not solving a huge problem. Third, financially qualified. The person that you help should be determined by age, job, or location. Whether you only help people who are a certain age range, you only help people who are a certain kind of job, right? Or you only help people who live in a certain location. And the reason that you want these is you need some sort of financial qualifier to be one of the things that you are targeting people on. The way that you can get away with not targeting one specific ideal audience, and I'm not saying this is better, but this is the only way you can even get away with it, is if you genuinely have hundreds of thousands of followers. You're going to get enough people coming through that you can just take on the people that somewhat fit. Even then, if you have hundreds of thousands of followers, if you're targeting one specific person, you will make a boatload more money. Okay, you'll make so much more money. And then lastly, problems you can solve. You want to be solving huge problems. Okay, this is the golden ticket for choosing your ideal audience. You want to solve a bigger problem with someone with more money, and you'll always be able to charge more. I want you to pick the richest person, the person with the most money that you can possibly resonate with the biggest problems that you can solve, and target them. Okay? This alone will determine how much you can charge by a significant portion. Okay? But first you have to pick, and then you go into the so once you have the person, for example, skinny teens tracking macros, you can really only charge like 1K, right? That's why all these people who do calisthenics are stuck charging such little numbers. You're not targeting the right audience, right? You're not going to be able to. And the only reason that people ever make money with calisthenics is because they just get people on for such a low amount and they can target a huge mass audience. You do not want to do that, okay? You're going to have to work with so many more people. You're going to have to get such low paying customers. It's going to be more work for you. It's not as fulfilling. It's literally harder to overall. It's just not fun. Versus helping adults wanting a real transformation, 5K plus, easy. Okay, easy. They have years to save up, right? What are they going to do with that 5K? Nothing. You know what I mean? People wanting abs, 2K max. People wanting a full identity shift, over 5K, easy. Beginners wanting to learn, 1K. Advanced lifters looking to level up, easy, 3K plus. If you can help someone that's further down the line too, the more experienced of a person that you can help, the more you can charge as well, because they have way more pain points that they're dealing with. If you're helping someone, think about this, right? If you're helping someone who's a complete beginner in the gym, you have to teach them so many things, right? So many things, especially if it's a complete beginner that has no job, they have no worth ethic, right? They have no drive for anything. They're going to have so many distractions. Versus then if you either are teaching like maybe a more advanced lifter, like a bodybuilding prep coach, right? You're going to be able to charge so much for that because people are going to want to win. And you're going to be able to get them amazing results for way easier because they already understand it. If you're able to, instead of charging or helping like young teenagers, help someone who's maybe just like in their 20s to 30s, they already understand the basics of health, right? They know what they need to be doing because they've been around it. They just maybe need someone to actually help them and hold them accountable. So you want to solve the biggest problem for the person with the most money, and then you can charge the most. The reason as well that you want to do this is because you're able to target way bigger pain points, which then allows you to nurture them better. Overall, it is a win-win situation. But if your content does offer, you will continue to attract broke leads. And what I mean by this is if your profile says that you help busy professionals, but your content says nothing about it, then it confuses everyone. You're not going to get the beginners who see your content or the broke people who see your content because they're going to think you help professionals. But the professionals are going to look at your content and say, why does this guy even target professionals? He's like, none of his content says that. So you're just going to hit nobody, okay? Your content needs to match your, and people will tell you exactly what they need before they buy, okay? This is a huge thing. I want you to lock this into your brain. People will tell you what they need before they buy. You just aren't listening. You just aren't listening. You have the insight, and you have to be doing market research. The person with the more insight and more info will always win. Your DMs, your comments, your questions, your objections from people who are wanting to join your program, from people who are already working with you, everyone, right? These are some of the questions that I've gotten, and these are all within like the past week. I can't seem to get traction from my audience. Attention grabbing content. What do you mean by hitting pain points and digging deeper? All of my leads were broke. Just a couple months ago, was struggling to get content reviews. What's the playbook to 10K weeks? Any advice regarding to my niche, right? I think this is actually, I think this is Gabe. But these are all things. Your clients, people in your DMs, people on your sales calls, they're going to tell you what problems they need to be solved, okay? They're going to tell you. And once you have that, you can then start making content on it. And the best place to get answers from is onboard questions. When you have someone join your program, ask them these 5 questions. We went over this in our last call. I'm going to go over it again because you have to be doing this. You have to be doing this. What made you want to work with me? What finally pushed you to book a call? What was your biggest hesitation before joining? There are hundreds of other coaches. What made you choose me? And in your opinion, what's the most valuable aspect of the program that you didn't realize was included until after you joined? Okay? This right here is going to tell you what you need to make content on. If you add all the insight that people who are wanting to work with you are saying, and then you take the insight of the people who just joined, there's nothing more you need for content, okay? What made you want to work with me? Maybe it could be, oh, I saw that you posted something like resonating with one of your clients. I saw the one-on-one stuff, right? I think, like, that's a huge reason that a lot of you guys joined, right? Carter, explain to me, these answers. Like, what ultimately made you want to work with me?
I said a lot of the one-on-one, like how close
Yeah.
you work with like the people, because it's not like there's hundreds of people on here like fighting for who's gonna get the attention.
Yeah, bro. And I keep on purpose. I know that one-on-one is a huge thing. So you know what I do? I post the one-on-one calls. I posted the Damien call showing me and him working together. And you saw it, right? I posted the clips of me and Ryan literally in person together, and people see it. Now, this is super, super important that you are relying on what people are telling you, okay? Every single question that people ask, you should be able to solve. And once you get this information, double down on what makes people join. If people are saying that it's the one-on-one, it's how closely you work with your clients, bro, post that, okay? Post that. The one thing that I changed that allowed me to stop charging 1K and start charging 7.5K plus was shifting the beliefs into what would make someone buy, specifically the person with money. Okay, I stopped posting random videos and I started posting solely what would shift the beliefs into what would make someone buy, someone with money. Okay, and you know the top funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel. The one that you need to focus on to qualify people and to get in people with money is the middle of funnel. Okay, your top of funnel is going to attract a baseline audience. This is the one that all of you are really focusing on right now, okay? This is going to be like Damien's talking head videos where he posted and he got 60,000 views, right? Now he's ripping the content of the talking head and he's getting all those blue collar workers who care about hard work, right? That's the top of funnel. It's like Chase videos. He's ripping those. He's getting followers. He's getting a whole bunch of people who care about health in general. Ryan, ripping the before and after videos, getting almost 10,000 views, 5 to 10,000 views every single video with barely any followers. He's getting the views. What all of you are lacking on right now, and what literally every coach is middle of funnel, okay? Once you have your people in, once you build the awareness, you have to be converting them. And what you want to do is focus on having your middle of funnel content, remove any limiting beliefs from your ICP that's keeping them from buying, okay? Remove them all. And show examples of your exact ICP in bottom of funnel content, like the video of Damien right here. Damien is a perfect example of exactly who I want to work with. He's been coaching for a year, but he was struggling with doing it. We hop on one call the first week that he's in, switch up some things, and he gets 60,000 views the next video, more inbound leads than he's ever gotten before, right? Showing examples of exactly who I want to work with so that anyone joining, right, they'll get flushed out from my middle funnel. So my middle funnel will then shift the limiting beliefs of anyone I actually want to work with, and then they're going to see examples of someone I'm actually working with. What more do you possibly need to buy? You know what I mean? If I'm solving every single thing that you have. And if you take all of the problems that people are having, and then you answer every single one of them, there's nothing more people need. They're simply just going to give you money. So for every single problem, every question, everything, I have a solution. Okay? When people have content problems, they don't know what to post, I made a video on it. Someone wants the roadmap to 10K weeks or 5-figure months, I post a video on it. They don't have any inbound DMs, they don't understand stories, they're not getting anyone to join their program when they post CTAs, I post a video on it. They have very little followers, they're not getting views, they don't know how to stand out, I post a video on it. Like, bro, what more do you need? And you will know that you're doing it right when this happens. They will tell you. This video was I really appreciate your content. It's helped me out tremendously. Your free info is amazing. Great video. Every time I watch it, I come to the conclusion I have to step it up. Just watch the content review. Absolute banger. Good video. I didn't expect so much value. Would love to join. Can we hop on a call in 10 minutes? I get paid tomorrow. How much to join? Like these are the kind of DMs that you're going to get. You're going to have people coming to you with money saying, I already know what your program is. I'm fully locked in. How much does it cost? And they join. Okay. Like Carter, for example, watch the videos. He literally came to me in DM and said, hey, how much does it join? And then we got him in. Like, bro, you don't need crazy sales abilities. You don't need like any of these crazy things. Your offer and your content will do the selling for you. But it all comes down to doing proper market research. Actually asking. It doesn't just have to be DMs, okay? Genuinely, while you're on the call with your client, whatever they're struggling with, solve it, okay? And the reason that this is so important is because with my content alone, I think you guys are exceptions because you guys should join right when you want to start, right? But with my content alone, I'm able to take people from 0 to 5, maybe 10K. Obviously, it takes a lot longer. 1 to 5K a month, and then they get stuck. I'm the person they're going to go to get to 10, 20, 30. You know what I mean? And that's what you want to do with your fitness content. If you're able to get someone to lose those first 10 pounds with your content, then you bet they're going to come to you when they can't lose those last 5 to 10. They are going to come to you, right? When someone is like wanting to lock in their schedule and they've been able to tweak a little bit, they've been able to get some stuff down with your free content, but they just cannot seem to lock it all in, they're going to come to you when they want to solve the big problems, okay? Your free value should give so much information that people can, and when they get stuck and when they want to step it up, like your one-on-one clients are, then they work with you, okay? You have to understand that it is a content game, and your content should solve their problems. Not short form, not just short form, but long form content, okay? Short form content, honestly, is just about getting people in so then you can send them to long form. This video right here, this video right here, this video right here, these are top, middle, and bottom funnel. Every single one of them has a YouTube video going with the same thing. Every single one of them, okay? The Damien video literally goes to Damien. This was talking about you have to shift the beliefs. Boom, right there. This video was talking about just the basic of like the full 3 things. That's not on this screen, but I have a video going to that too, okay? You want your short form to funnel people to the long form, okay? You have top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom. In your short form, you have it in your long form, but ultimately, short form content is your top of funnel, okay? Without proper long form content, you are just going to be attracting the broke leads. Long form content, they're going to go, and they're going to decide if they want to work with you or not. And your bottom of funnel is ultimately going to be DMs, and then like proof content, right? But your DMs is ultimately where someone converts over, because this is where you're going to be sending them the free info. This is going to be where you're going to be helping them out for free a little bit, right? You need to be helping people for free, and you need to be solving their problems. That's exactly why I posted on my story just yesterday for Thanksgiving. Instead of doing any discounts or anything like that, I'm taking on 5 people and just doing one call with them. Just one coaching call with 5 different coaches. In literally a few hours, all of them were taken. I think there's one left because I'm waiting for someone to book it, right? They're just sitting in their DMs. They're like, oh, that's need to take the time. Like, because people want the free value. And I guarantee you, if these people get on that call and they're getting the free value, they're going to come back in the future and they're going to buy, because you need to give more than you take, okay? I give out way more than like 7.5, even 10K worth of information. You know what I mean? I could charge that for like a month, 2 months, right? Especially to people who are already coaching. For people who are absolute beginners, you simply just need a longer time because you have more to learn, right? I guarantee you, once you implement this information, you can come back in a few months, watch this recorded call again, and implement more, because the way that it's made is so anyone can learn. Any coach from 0 up to 30K a month can learn from this information. And that's the way you need to do it, okay? Because then you're not keeping yourself stuck. But what you are doing is you're getting in all of the people, and then your middle funnel is going to funnel out the people you really want, okay? These are what you're looking for. But before you can get these, you need to look for this, and you need to ask people. So, like I said, the person with the most insight and the most info will always, always, always win. Your offer will be better. You'll be working with people with more money. You will attract more leads. Your content will be much, much, much better. This will let you charge more money, attract way more serious buyers, work with easier clients, and make way, way, way more money. So this is the action items for you guys. Okay? I want you to relook at your ICP. It might be great to relook at it. Help the person with the most money solve the biggest problem that you can solve. Okay? You obviously still need to be able to resonate with them. So don't just go and say, "Oh, I'm only gonna help rich people get the like absolutely 6-pack shredded in 3 months, like, and they're 100% like 100 pounds obese." Like, don't go for that, right? But help the person that you can actually help solve the biggest problem. That is why I went from first, like this is what I went, right? I wasn't always fitness coaching. I wasn't always helping people start fitness coaching. First, I did personal brand coaching, right? I help people in general create personal brands. Okay, just followers. After that, I started getting into like fitness coaching. Then I did fitness coaching. After fitness coaching, I did like personal development coaching, where I'd help people both with fitness and with a lot of the mindset stuff and life stuff, right? Always helping someone with a bigger problem. After fitness coaching, I realized, wow, I now know how to, but I also know exactly how to actually do like make coaching businesses, because I've done 3 now. They've all been successful. So shift gears, right? Now I help people create and scale fitness coaching. And now, right, within the past like recent months, I've been switching into just helping people who are already coaching scale up from there. Always shifting and helping someone with more money solve the bigger problem. Okay? And that is what I want you to really lock in on with your ICP. Because ultimately, there's no coach out there who helps young teenagers get ripped and makes a lot of money doing it. Okay? There just isn't. Market research. And solve any limiting beliefs holding people back with their middle funnel content. If you want, I can show you examples of this after the call. We can literally just do it on here. I'll show you actual examples. But you have to be solving the limiting beliefs with your content. Okay? Specifically your middle funnel. And double down on what makes people join. Double down on it. As soon as I knew that Carter joined because of the one-on-one stuff, I literally went in person with Riley, did a one-on-one. Okay? Or maybe that was before, but I think it was after. And then I started recording one-on-one calls with literally all of you, right? You need to double down on. So these are going to be your actionable items. Now, do any of you have any questions going over any of this? I need some water.
Hey, yeah, so how do stories play into all of these components?
Yeah, so, that's a good question. So just like stories, they have top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel, kind of, right? But overall, stories are basically just bottom of funnel. The reason stories are bottom of funnel is because every person who's viewing your story, they already follow you. They already kind of know what your content is about. So the only thing you really need to do with your story is show them the kind of like behind the scenes stuff, right? So yes, you're still showing your lifestyle. Yes, you're still showing like all the stuff. But really, what you're doing is you're just trying to build as much connection as possible, personal connection and proof. Okay? Your story, you should be posting so much proof and so much personal connection stuff. Let me show you my story. So, for example, on my story, I think recently these ones were just people for them. Oh, I don't know why it's not letting me click on it. Well, let's click on. It's gonna find see if it pops up. I post proof all the time. So right here, I'm posting client wins, blah 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 blah, and then this one right here. Wait here. Is it this one? No, this one right here. I'm resonating with people. I said everyone overcomplicates DMs. Last night, I showed Ryan real examples of DM setting, walking him through the entire process, start to finish. I explained how a large majority of coaches overcomplicate DM setting and end up booking no calls. Luckily, I was able to show him a perfect example in real time, right? So people are going to see this. And then the next one, I said I showed him how easy it was, gave him the framework. So I'm talking about working with my clients and showing them in real time something. And then I say, reply setting, and I'll send you a full breakdown. Okay. So this is kind of where it plays in, where you like the behind about what's actually like driving people to join. For me, the huge thing is how much I actually care about my clients and how like closely or like how close I am with them. Like right here. As a coach, mentor, you have to lead by example. I'm always doing whatever I can to improve my offer so my clients get the best possible results. The past few weeks, multiple clients have said the exact same thing. It just keeps getting better. Bro, that is what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear, okay? And today I had a reminder of exactly why I do it. Because it shows and your clients will ultimately follow your footsteps. So right here, Riley, I said, look at you moving up and buying stuff to give your clients better results. That's the best way to do it, even if it isn't crazy expensive. Like, it shows a lot about your coaching. Like, Riley invested in something to make his coaching better, right? I think it was like he invested in like just like an app, right? Like a better app for all of his clients to use, but it shows. And like this right here, people are going to be like, wow, like he cares not only about the results, like money wise, but he cares about his clients, right? And that, because I cared, right? I literally sat on the phone and like I didn't have to get on 15 minutes early. Bro, me and Carter got on. We didn't even talk about coaching. We just talked about life stuff. You know what I mean? And like that's not posted. I'm not posting on my story that, but people can feel it through content. So on your story, what you should ultimately be doing is you should be showing the behind the scenes type of stuff, right? And you should really be making them resonate with you and then posting a lot of proof. Okay. A lot of proof. Because people are going to see it. If they can click on your story every single day and see some type of proof, whether it just be simply just like you actually on the call with your client, they're going to see that you're actually doing it. Or if you're like posting like wins, right? Like your clients lost weight, like that's going to add up. And that's where stories play into it. Your top of funnel content or like your short form, but like all of your top of funnel content, it's going to get people in, right? Your middle funnel is going to funnel out and it's going to really nurture the people you really want to work with, but they're going to be on the fence. The story is going to eliminate that. And another reason why is because it gives you a very easy way to get touch points with them, okay? There's a thing called the 7-11-4 rule, okay? Someone needs to spend about 7 hours with you or 7 hours watching your content. They need 11 different touch points. So like 11 different videos or DMs or posts that they see. And they need to see it across 4 different platforms. So from Instagram to YouTube, back Instagram, back to YouTube, okay? That's the rule of like on average what someone needs to buy. 7 hours of watching your content, 11 touch points, and 4 different platforms, whether it be like your story and then like stories being a touch point. But this doesn't happen if you're just posting short form reels. It just doesn't. And that's why you need to be working on YouTube. And a big thing that I would like really want you guys to focus on, here I can actually go in the actual comment. A big thing that I want you guys to focus on is long form. Like I want you to be really, really, really focusing on long form. Can you guys hear me right now? I don't know why this is like glitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Stop presenting. It won't let me stop presenting. Whatever. Focus on long form. Literally 80% of your energy should be focused on YouTube videos, 20% on Reels. Okay. And like, yes, Reels still take energy. Like you still have to think of what to post. But ultimately, like you should be solving these big problems that people have on YouTube on long form videos, and then just making short term videos, like not promoting them, not saying go to YouTube, but making short form videos that you can use to then send them there. Okay. So, okay, it's literally like my screen is completely frozen, but whatever. I was going to show you. But does that kind of make sense where stories come into it?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
On that ICP, like
Mm-hmm.
when you were a fitness coach, how many times did you change it?
I changed it pretty quickly to people with money and I stayed there. So what I did is right away, I was working with basically everyone, just like everyone was, and like right away, I was like, nah, I'm literally only gonna target people with money. So I basically just started targeting specifically business owners immediately with my content, resonating only with fitness owners or business owners, stuff like that. And that's why I was able to charge such high prices, like 7.5K for fitness, because I was literally working with like people who are making like 500,000 to a million a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if you're able to do that, and you don't have to be targeting people who are making that much money, you just don't want to be targeting broke teenagers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you just
right.
don't want to be targeting broke teenagers, because any fitness coach who's targeting broke teenagers is also going to be broke.
Right.
Bro, that's honestly why when I was fitness coaching and then I swapped over to helping people start fitness coaching, I was making then less money for a little while because I was helping people with less money. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So then I had to ramp it back up and I had to like get on more clients and everything like that. But that's the biggest thing. Like, for a short amount of time, you're going to go down a little bit while you're still targeting the next people. But if you can start right now, start targeting people with more money and like making it so your content attracts them by having your middle of funnel solve their problem specifically, you're so set, bro. All right. Any other questions?
Mm.
Can't believe you're the only two people who joined. That's actually insane.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah.
speak to them. You need to get on the call.
Bro, I have been. I DM or I text like 4 of them, like just hey, don't forget to book your one-on-one. You guys are the only ones who even booked a one-on-one. They just must be like
Wow.
they just must be like busy with Thanksgiving or something. I don't know, bro. That's actually crazy. That's never happened before.
Yeah.
Down.
Do you guys prefer slides or a Notion?
I
A
think
Notion.
slides.
If you
Oh,
can
really?
if you could put it in the Notion, then I feel like that's easier to access.
I've been enjoying the slides quite a lot.
Really, really.
Yeah.
So it's like half and half. Would it be useful if I like did slides on it, but also just had Notion going over the same information?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah. I can share the slides with you, and also if you want, I can just put all this info in Notion and send it over. Do you guys want that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you, just put it onto Notion. I think would be easier for both of us.
Okay. Perfect. That's tough, bro. That's tough. But Gabe, you like watching the slides more?
I do, yeah, personally.
Okay. Carter, what do you like the visuals of more? Slides or Notion?
The actual visuals probably slides, but I feel like Notion was just like a more organized way to like keep everything in one place.
Easier to follow.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay, what I think I'll do now is I'll make a Notion and I'll send it to you before the call so you guys can follow along on the Notion. Okay.
That's awesome.
Like watch.
Thank you,
to
man.
follow on the Notion. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. I hope you like this call. Like always, it's gonna be recorded. Probably posted on YouTube because like this was a tough one. Actually shocked only 2 of you showed up. That's tragic, but yeah. All right. And then Carter, we have our one-on-one right now, so
Yeah, I'll see you later.
if you don't have
See you
any
later, guys.
questions, we can go. All right. See you later, man.
Bye-bye.
I'm actually gonna join. I've been on my phone, so I'm gonna join on my computer real quick.
Okay. I'll join up on the actual like on calling.
All right, cool.
All right. See you later.